This is the sound of one of the world's most destructive pests, the cane toad. Since the release of 3,000 cane toads into North Queensland in 1935, they have spread across Queensland and the Northern Territory and are now invading New South Wales and Western Australia. They have devastated populations of native goannas, snakes and fish, and can kill domesticated pets. South Australia is currently free from cane toads, but the invasion front is slowly moving down the Cooper Creek in southwest Queensland. In 2011, they were established approximately 500 kilometres from our northeast border. In this remote area of South Australia, people are the front line of detection for this pest animal. Whether you are a land manager, local community member, government staffer, or simply a visitor to the far northeast of South Australia, 5 minutes of your time spent here could help protect South Australia from cane toad invasion. Here's what you need to know. The following is a recording of the cane toad's call. It's the most obvious indicator that cane toads are in your area. Key clues to the presence of a cane toad are short legs, stocky build, warty skin varying from brown to tan to a dull green, a sharp bony ridge above each eye, a horizontal pupil, sitting in an upright position, moving in short rapid hops, small black eggs in long, clear, gelatinous strands found tangled around vegetation. The short legs and stocky build of cane toads means that they can't navigate obstacles well, so you're more likely to find them in open areas or in water that isn't surrounded by dense vegetation. Cane toads prefer either slow-moving or still water with gently sloping banks to lay their eggs. Cane toads are already well established in the Cooper Creek system in southwest Queensland. They may move down the catchment into South Australia through floodwaters. They are also very good hitchhikers and can survive long periods of time in vehicles in tough conditions and in tight places. Cane toads are controlled through physical removal, picking them up and disposing of them ethically, and fencing small areas for exclusion. These methods are really only useful for preventing local infestations, and work is continuing on finding larger scale biological controls. The South Australian Government is closely monitoring the cane toad invasion front in southwest Queensland, conducting surveys to determine their current distribution and the potential pathways for their spread through the riverine catchments. The audio you are now listening to is part of a wider public awareness campaign being undertaken at key visitor centres around the South Australian arid lands region. You are our eyes and ears. Goannas and snakes that consume cane toads often die from the toxins they contain, seen here at the back of their shoulders. Gould's goanna and the mulga snake are just two species that are at risk of suffering a major population decline if cane toads establish in the region. Domestic cats and dogs can meet the same fate if they attempt to eat a cane toad. Cane toads are ferocious predators, and anything that moves and is small enough to fit in their mouths will most likely end up on the menu, and this can impact upon the populations of small vertebrates. The Cooper Creek Basin has the most diverse known frog community in Central Australia, and cane toad tadpoles may outcompete native tadpoles for food and resources. Please make sure you're not helping the frontline advance. If you're travelling into South Australia from southwest Queensland or Western Australia, check your vehicles, camping gear and any other goods regularly for any unwanted stowaways. Report any suspected sightings immediately, record the location and, if you can, capture the toad for identification. Contact the Department of Environment and Natural Resources at Port Augusta on 8648 5300. And finally, help us spread the word. Improved public awareness will increase our ability to detect and remove any cane toads entering South Australia. Keep listening if you would like to find out what some of the native frogs of the Cooper Creek region look and sound like. There are native frogs in the region that could be confused with cane toads. So here are just a few of the region's native frogs to be aware of. The rare small-headed toadlet can be confused with a cane toad due to its brown warty skin, but it grows to only 30 millimetres. It can have distinctive red markings around its groin, and it sounds very different to the cane toad. The stocky build and olive green colour makes the water-holding frog easy to confuse with cane toads, but it has smooth skin with only low warts, and it lacks the cane toad's distinctive bony ridge above its eyes. Key clues that the knife-footed frog is not a cane toad are its smooth skin with only small warts, and a light coloured stripe running the length of its spine. The desert burrowing frog has highly variable markings, often similar to that of cane toads, but it lacks the golden swollen glands behind its shoulders that are quite prominent on the cane toad, and it has a white and smooth belly where the cane toad's is often multicoloured. The meowing frog's pupils run in a vertical direction, whereas the cane toads run in a horizontal direction. It grows only to a maximum of 50 to 55 millimetres, and it has marbled green and brown colourings across its back. And finally, if you come across any eggs, native frogs generally lay in a single foam or gelatinous mass that is much smaller than the egg chains which are laid by cane toads.